Hi everybody, my name is Ingi and today I'm going to answer a question from one of my students. This question is about who should shuffle the deck. Should you let the person coming to you for a reading shuffle? Now I suggest that there aren't really any right or wrong answers, but when someone is sitting in front of you, it's a great opportunity to let them shuffle the deck. Let them put their energy in the cards and choose the cards. It makes it more personal to them, and if they also when the cards are being laid out, they feel much more connected to the cards because they chose them. It makes it easier for you to read for them, and there are several ways you can do it. You can ask them to shuffle and cut the deck. I just do into 2 piles. You can also ask them to cut the deck into 3 piles and choose a pile and hand over the pile to you, and then you lay out the cards, in the Celtic Cross, for example. So they shuffled and cut the deck and handed you the piles. It's their cards that that comes from their energy, and they chose the cards. Now, another way you can do it is to ask them to shuffle the deck and fan out the deck like this. Then ask them to choose, for example, 10 cards if you're doing the Celtic Cross, depending on what layout you're using. This way as well, it's very personal, but in this method, you don't need to ask them to cut the deck. Shuffle and fan out is enough, and then they can choose their cards. Another question was whether or not you need to redo this process for each question. So, depending a little bit, because sometimes, especially in the Celtic Cross, let's say they're asking about finances, and then you lay out the Celtic Cross. And then they also want to know about love. Maybe they're single and they want to know who is going to come into their life. Then the Celtic Cross in the 8th position often denotes a partner. So if you're single, it's often a future partner then. So it depends a little bit about the question, but if you don't feel comfortable with it, you could just redo this process for each question. Maybe just have them pulling 3 cards, per question. That would be a good way to do it. So, when it comes to shuffling and cutting the deck, which method is better? Well, you choose the one that you feel works best for you. If someone comes to you and they refuse to shuffle and they want you to do it for them, it can be a sign that they don't really trust themselves, and that can also then be maybe a little bit of the block that they're having in life, that they're a bit afraid of making decisions, afraid of taking certain actions to better a situation or getting out of a situation or making necessary changes. So maybe to start off with, they're not comfortable with touching your cards or even, picking cards, but maybe as, the reading progresses, you can ask them to, pick some cards, maybe then, they feel comfortable, depending on how they're feeling when they come to you. Sometimes they will pick cards out of what they're afraid. So for example, let's say they have some fears, and then they pick those cards that really denotes what their biggest fear is. And then you can then explain, that they're choosing really and manifesting maybe as well in their life what their fears are rather than what they want. So the cards can also be a really good indication on what the seeker is manifesting and how they are, are they manifesting their fears or are they manifesting what they truly want? And also I think it's always a good idea to let the seeker know that they are the ones in charge, not the cards, and that the cards can help them to see opportunities and manifest, and can help them get a really good overview on their life and where they're heading. But if they see something that they think will be very bad for them, then they can change direction and they can change the course of action in their lives. So guys, I hope you enjoyed that, and I'll talk to you again soon. Bye!